Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. Today is February 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you lovers. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by teaching you how to successfully trade with our proprietary trading indicators and our best in the business coaching. We feel that the best way to get good at something that's as hard as currency trading is to learn from someone who has been doing it. And we are so confident in our ability to do it that once we've trained you, we let you trade with the company funds and split what you make. So with that, let's get started and see what we've got available today. First, we've got to start by listening to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades that give you the opportunity to evaluate for yourself how well the indicators perform. Once you are a member, we do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. We also do another trade in the evening at 10 p.m. And then we have continuous training with a session every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. and again every Saturday morning at 10 p.m. It's about incremental improvement. It is about constantly honing your craft. If you can, if you haven't, please mute yourself. I trade off of a little checklist that helps keep me focused. Every day I restart my green chart so that it clears out the memory and it picks up any updates that might have been done. At the end of every day, we want to kind of review the trades that we've taken and with the specific intent of trades that didn't go the way we wanted. What did we do wrong? And sometimes we may have done everything right, and it still goes the other way. But this exercise and constantly reviewing our action for improvement is what leads to real and lasting improvement. Last night on our the overnight trades that I sent up both closed profitably. However, the trade that we took on the last night's live trade on the Euro Canadian, we took a 5 pip sell on the Euro Canadian using the thick orange line signal. I figured out what was wrong with that or recognize what was wrong with that trade right away this morning. That is a little scalp trade. The euro last night at 6 o'clock, it's 1 a.m. in the morning, so it's not prime time. And the Canadian dollar, it's also off hours. So both of those pairs were off hours. That trade is good. You need to have at least one of the pairs be daytime to get that little snap. Because what happens is when we get the thick orange line extended in either the 10 slot or the 0 slot, and it's supported with what we're seeing in the majors, there'll be a little snap. When it's off hours, we won't get that snap, or it's much less likely that we'll get that snap, and that's indeed what happened last night. So that was my bad. As I said, I was a little. It goes back to not trading when you're tired. And the previous night, I stayed up to watch the Super Bowl and did get up early the next morning, so I was dragging a little bit by 6:30. So my bad. I should have recognized that. So with that, let's keep reviewing our list here. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action versus what the news is. But we want to know what the news is so that we can trade around it. So to see what that news is, we go to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. One is yellow, which is low impact. We generally don't worry about those. Second is orange, which is medium impact. I do not worry about those, but there's a case to be had that you can consider those. And 3, the red folders, which are high impact, and these are the ones that I look out for and want to pay attention to. And we have got 3 red items coming up this morning on the USD. I like to be out of these items 3 hours or 2 hours beforehand. So we are within that 2-hour window. So we will not be taking a trade on any USD pair this morning. And it's on the consumer price index, which is basically inflation numbers. If you've heard me before, inflation is going to, in my opinion, going to continue, and it's going to be a drag on things. I talked to numerous manufacturers. There's still significant cost increases in their supply chain that will eventually make its way to you and me. They're still going on, from little things like the cost of the packaging to something else I heard of. Just say fertilize, the cost to grow things. It's gone up not just a little bit but a lot. So there's lots of there's more inflation coming, in my opinion, and they've changed how they calculate these things so that they can make it appear that there's not as much inflation. But if you go to the store, you see it, it's costing you more to buy stuff. So anyways, let's get off of that. But so we're going to stay away from the USD this morning. The signal I'm going to use, we have a dozen different signals, but the signal I like is the 10-point trade signal. And I'm going to do it off of a 1-hour chart. You can do it off of any chart, but I like the 1-hour chart. It's good for 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot is 10 to 11 pips. I look for it to close between 1 and 3 hours. And basically, I'm just trying to get the all the lines to line up in one direction, and I want all the lines, I want consistency across all three sections. So with that, let's go and take a look and see what we have this morning. Even though we are not going to trade the USD today, I still like to look at the USD and just so that we can review what the signal looks like so that we can recognize it when we do see it. I am trading off of the light 6 major chart, which is one of the standard layout charts. As I said, it's a 1 hour chart. This chart has 6 different currency pairs on it, all on a 1 hour chart. I like to be at least 30 minutes in to see the signal so that the signal has a time to form. I start with the middle section of the chart, the majors and minors. And I am looking for the red and green line as the major indicator. The black and gray is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. When the market is oversold, that is typically the beginning of a buy opportunity. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. When the market is overbought, that is the beginning of a sell opportunity. Can I take a buy when the market's overbought and make money? Yes, I can, just like I can take a sell here. But I've honed my rules down to very precise setup. I don't need to take a lot of trades to be able to make money. If I make 3 trades a day and they're all winners, I will do very, very well. So here we're approaching overbought. So we're going to pass. Euro USD overbought. Minors majors going up. Minors have started to turn, but they're really kind of sideways, so I don't have agreement. Pound USD overbought. Majors going up. Minors going sideways, so nothing there. USD Canadian approaching overbought. Majors weakening. We've got a kink in the line here where it's starting to go sideways. Minors have kind of are touching the overbought line. We're seeing something similar with the USD Swiss franc, where we're reaching overbought, and we've got kinks in both lines here, starting to go sideways. USD yen overbought. Minors coming down, majors starting to come down. This is more sideways than down to me. So not quite ready. So I've cloned this chart and put in non-US pairs. So let's take a look at the non-US pairs. Oversold, majors still going down, minors going up. This formation that we see on the major, the red and the green line, is an upside down duck bill. Here you can see the bill, and here's kind of the head. This usually tells me there's a little bit more down in the movement that's coming, just like here on the Australian dollar yen. This is telling me there's a little bit more up in the movement. So even though the minors are coming down, we've got the duck bill. That usually tells me there's going to be a little bit more of a push up. So if I were holding the AUD yen, I might pull my stop loss up and let it go a little bit longer because there's a little bit more up in the movement. Euro Canadian dollar overbought. Majors are starting to turn. Minors still going up, so nothing there. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. This is a nice signal. We're overbought. It's entered the channel. The major, the green line on the major has gone more than halfway. So usually I pass once it's gone halfway. But in terms of a good setup, this is a nice setup here. If we caught it a little earlier, overbought, that's 1.2. Everybody's going in the right direction, down. And 3, I've got the double cross with the red line on top and the green line on the black line on top. So that's 3 points there. There's terrific steepness in the green line, so that's a plus. This is almost 9 or 80 degrees, and all the lines are clustered together and tight. So that's another plus. So this is the beginning of a nice setup. But as I said, we're going to, one, it's more than halfway. And two, what we discussed a little earlier, it is approaching evening time in Australia and New Zealand. So it is, we want to take a trade when one of these two are off of a 1 hour chart. That is when one of these is daytime. So we don't have that here. Pound yen overbought. So here's an example that we're overbought here. But you were able to get 100 pips over the course of 1, 2, 3, 4 over 5 hours. You got 100 pips when we were overbought. So you can score pips when you're overbought. It's just not part of my trading rules. Now, sometimes since I primarily trade the euro dollar, this would be a situation where I might let it run a little bit to take a little bit more. I would take a look at the 2 and the 4 hour to support this, but there are opportunities. It's just not in my comfort zone, in my risk zone for what I want to do. Euro Australian dollar overbought. Minors are kind of going side down and sideways. Majors going sideways, so nothing there. I've cloned the chart again, so let's go to the third chart. Canadian dollar yen overbought. Everybody's going down, and I've got the double cross. Red line is on top and black line is on top. So 3 points there. I'd like that we've gone from less steep here to more steep. There's kink here. This is about 45 degrees. I prefer it to be a little steeper, but it's okay. So I got 3 points here. When I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs and count how many lines are supporting. I want at least 3 of the lines supporting the sell signal I see here. Thick orange is telling me sell. Thin orange is telling me buy, so only 1 of 2. Thick blue is going up. The blue line's inversely related, so when blue goes up, that means sell. So thick blue is telling me sell. Thin blue is telling me buy. So I may have 2 of the 4 telling me sell here. So with that, that's not enough. I want 3 out of 4. Again, I only need a couple trades per day. So the fact that I don't have what I want, that's okay. I'm going to pass. As I said, the steepness of this, I prefer it to be a little steeper. This kind of supports it. Euro New Zealand dollar overbought. Minors coming down, majors coming down. We don't have very good steepness. So I technically have 3 points here, but a couple things I don't like. One is that we've been hanging out overbought for a long time, for 6 hours. 2, that the majors aren't close to the overbought line. I want it to be closer to entering the channel like what you see on the minors. So this big gap here, it's got me scared off a little bit. So I do have 3 of the 4 here. I do have the pressure here. So technically I have 7 points. 1 point here. This is up pressure, but the red line is on top. 3 points here and 3 points here. Thick orange telling me sell and the 2 blue lines telling me sell. I prefer, while we're talking, this has gotten a little better than 45 degrees, the major line. I'd like it to be a little closer here. Tell you what, just for the heck of it, Euro New Zealand. So, it's lunchtime in Europe. New Zealand, it's entering into evening, but let's just take a look at the 2 and the 4 hour just to see. But my hesitancy on this one is there's a big gap there. Euro, New Zealand. So I look for confirmation. My confirmation, so this is the signal we were just looking at. My confirmation is, what is the 2 and the 4 hour doing? I'd like to see them both overbought. They don't necessarily need to be going down. So I am overbought on the 2 hour. But again, last 12 hours, we have been overbought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the last 10 hours, we've been overbought. I don't like it when it's been hanging out overbought. I like it when it goes, I prefer this, what we're seeing on the 4 hour, where we've gone from oversold to overbought. And then it starts to turn. Like here, it's not turning on the majors. That's okay. My idea is let me text her and tell her I'm going to be a minute. So we've got the signal here, but I'm going to hold off because we've been overbought for a long time. This isn't convincing me that we're ready to run through the channel. One, because it's not close enough to the channel, and two, the steepness of the line. So let us pass on that. Pound New Zealand dollar overbought. Majors still going up, minors going down. Again, here we've got the duck bill, New Zealand yen approaching overbought on the majors. Minors have started to turn. New Zealand USD. We're not going to trade the USD this morning. This is a nice signal. It is a little bit more, the green line's a little bit more than halfway, but I like the steepness. I like the tightness of all the lines. We're not getting much love here on the TNTs, though. In fact, we only have 2 of the 4. So, this may have be running out of gas. Euro Swiss franc overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors aren't quite there yet. We don't have the double cross on the signal. So let's go to the 4th chart. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar overbought going up. Swiss franc, yen overbought. Majors started to enter the channel and went sideways, so nothing there. Euro yen overbought. Majors are kind of sideways. Minors aren't that steep going down. Pound Australian dollar overbought. A little bit of a duck bill here, telling us there's a little bit more up. Minors are sideways, so nothing there. New Zealand Swiss franc reaching overbought and kind of running out of gas. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, it's in the channel and starting to turn. So nothing. So we've just gone through 24 pairs. We didn't see a setup on the 10-point. We have other trade signals. One of the other trade signals, which is one of the ones we used last night, is the thick orange line. This is a little scalp trade that's good at the top of the hour on a 1 hour chart when there's 5 minutes left. And I am looking for the thick orange line number to be 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either. So let's see if we see that. This is one that you can kind of look at real fast and see if the setup is there or not. If it is, it's worth 5 pips. And this trade is about 90% accurate when you find it. So I'm looking for this number here to be 0 or 10 or 1 point within. So 8.4 isn't close enough. 9.7 is within one of 10. So I've got the first part of the trade. The second part is for confirmation. I don't want to trade just on one piece of information. So I want the majors to be above the overbought line. I don't have that here. 6 isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. 1 isn't close enough. I want it to be under 1. 8 isn't close enough. So let's keep going. 8 isn't close enough. 5.2, no. Yes, 9.2 is within 1 of 10 on the New Zealand yen, but it's non-prime time for both of these. So we're going to pass, but we still don't quite have the signal here. The green line is crossed over. The red line is just touching. I want both lines kind of well above the horizontal blue line. So nothing there. 3, no. 1.6, no. 5.8, no. 2.8, no. 6, no. I'm looking for 0 or 10. 1.7, no. 2.7, no. 8.5, no. 2.0, no. And then on the USD pairs, problem is we've got that news item. Even though this trade should close reasonably quickly, I don't want to take it because we're within that 2-hour window. So 5.9, no. 8, no. 6, no. 7, no. 6, no. 7, no. So nothing. So we have just gone through 24 pairs twice with 2 different signals and did not find a setup this morning. And that's okay. When we look, sometimes there's not going to be a setup. But the key is having the discipline to not take a trade when there's not a trade showing. A lot of times, we think more is better. In trading, it's not. We want to pick the few, as a day trader, we want to pick the few setups that we need in order to get 2 or 3 good trades. So that's our strategy, and it's better to not lose money, to not take a trade and not lose money, than to take a trade that has a lower than 70% chance of winning. My trade accuracy is about 80%. We have people who are in the 90%. But again, it goes down to being able to pick your spots. So no trade this morning. We will do this again on Thursday. Again, it's Valentine's Day. Tell somebody that you love them and show some love to them. Thanks so much. Let's see. We've got one question here. Let's see what we've got. Let's see, for the overnight trade, did I do the back testing on at 4:30. I did the back testing. Actually, I did the back testing at 4:45, but it works. In that last hour, the signal is pretty much the same because I'm going off of the day chart. So yes, so you can do it at 4:30, you can do it at 4:15, you can do it at 4:45. I like to do it a little bit earlier, closer to the 4:15, so that gives me time to write it up and send it out. Because as you get close to that 5 o'clock time slot, at 5 o'clock, that's the kind of the new trading day, 5 p.m. Eastern, and the brokers increase their spread at that time, and they'll have the spread increased anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, a little over an hour. So you don't want to take a trade when they've increased that spread. So normally, what would be say on the Euro USD would be a 2 or 3 pip, or not a 2 or 3 point spread. It becomes anywhere a 2 to 6 pip spread. So you don't want to pay 6 pips to make a 10 pip trade. That's too costly. So yes, you can back test it then. And when I originally back tested it on the pound yen, I was doing it at a 3-to-1 with 11 pip take profit, 33 pip stop loss, or 35 pip stop loss. And it was only accurate 70% of the time because of the volatility of the pound yen. And at 70%, it wasn't profitable. When I increased the take profit to 22 pips with the 66 pip stop loss, so a 3-to-1, that brought it up closer to 90%, and there it was profitable. Okay, gang. Thanks so much. We will see you on Thursday. If you have any questions, you can schedule an appointment with me by going to forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, and make an appointment. All right. Thanks so much, and we will see you Thursday. Bye-bye.